IELTS Speaking. Top 10 cue cards for the IELTS Real Speaking Exam 2024. Describe an unusual meal you had. What the meal was. Where you had it. Who you were with. Explain why it was unusual. What the meal was: a unique seafood dish made with octopus and exotic spices. Where you had it: at a seaside restaurant in a coastal city on vacation. Who you were with. Family members during a holiday trip. Why it was unusual: first time trying octopus, unexpected flavors and texture. One unusual meal I had was during a vacation at a seaside restaurant in the coastal city of Goa, India. The dish was an octopus stew cooked with exotic spices and herbs, which was something I had never tried before. I was with my family, and we were all eager to explore the local cuisine. The restaurant was famous for its seafood, so we decided to be adventurous and order something completely new. When the dish arrived, I was surprised by how it looked: small pieces of octopus in a spicy, aromatic broth with a mix of vegetables and herbs. The presentation was beautiful, but I was hesitant to try it because I had never eaten octopus before. What made the meal particularly unusual was the taste and texture of the octopus. It was chewy and unlike anything I had experienced before. The spices were very bold and gave the dish an intense flavor that was quite different from the usual seafood I was accustomed to. My family members were equally surprised but enjoyed the new experience. It was also unusual because we don't usually eat such exotic dishes in our daily lives. Overall, this meal stood out because it pushed me out of my comfort zone and introduced me to a whole new side of seafood. It was a bit challenging to eat, but the experience was memorable and exciting. It taught me the value of trying new things, even if they seem unfamiliar at first. Describe a time when you borrowed something from someone. What you borrowed. Who you borrowed it from. Why you needed it. Explain how you returned it. What you borrowed. A laptop. Who you borrowed it from. A close friend. Why you needed it. Urgent work assignment due, own laptop was not working. How you returned it. Returned the next day with a thank you note and chocolates. One instance when I borrowed something from someone was a few months ago when I borrowed a laptop from my close friend, Anjali. I needed it urgently because my own laptop suddenly stopped working, and I had a crucial work assignment that was due the next day. I reached out to Anjali because she is one of my best friends, and I knew I could rely on her in an emergency. She was very understanding and immediately agreed to lend me her laptop without hesitation. I picked it up from her house that evening, and she even helped me set it up to ensure everything worked smoothly. The reason I needed the laptop was that I had an important presentation to prepare, and without a functioning device, I was in a tough spot. The assignment was time-sensitive, and completing it on time was crucial for my job. With Anjali's laptop, I was able to finish my work and submit it just in time. The next day, after completing my work, I made sure to return the laptop promptly. To show my gratitude, I cleaned it thoroughly, packaged it nicely, and even attached a small thank you note along with a box of chocolates, knowing Anjali loved them. She was really happy, not just because of the gift, but because I took good care of her laptop and returned it without any damage. This experience taught me the value of having supportive friends who are willing to help in times of need. It also reminded me of the importance of being responsible when borrowing things from others, as it's crucial to take care of their belongings and return them in the best possible condition. Describe a memorable journey you took by plane. Where you were going. What happened during the journey? Who you were with. Explain why it was memorable. Where you were going. A trip to Dubai for a holiday. What happened during the journey? Unexpected turbulence, scenic views, friendly crew. Who you were with. Family members. Why it was memorable: first international flight, exciting experience, amazing aerial views. One of the most memorable journeys I took by plane was a trip to Dubai last year. It was my first international flight, and I was traveling with my family for a much-anticipated holiday. The excitement of visiting a new country and experiencing a different culture made the whole journey incredibly special. The flight departed from Delhi, and as soon as we boarded, I felt a rush of excitement. Everything was new to me: the spacious seats, the in-flight entertainment system, and the friendly flight attendants who made us feel comfortable from the start. However, about an hour into the flight, we encountered unexpected turbulence. The plane shook a little, which was both thrilling and slightly nerve-wracking since it was my first time experiencing something like that. The crew handled it very professionally, reassuring everyone that it was a normal occurrence, which helped calm our nerves. One of the highlights of the journey was the amazing view from the window. As we flew over the Arabian Sea, I was captivated by the stunning scenery below, endless stretches of blue water and the sight of ships navigating through the waves. As we got closer to Dubai, I could see the iconic Burj Khalifa and the Palm Jumeirah from above, which was a breathtaking sight I will never forget. I was with my parents and my younger brother, and we spent most of the flight chatting, watching movies, and enjoying the delicious in-flight meals. The journey felt like a prelude to the exciting adventures awaiting us in Dubai, and the time flew by quickly. This journey was memorable not only because it was my first international flight but also because it was filled with little moments of joy, like seeing new places from the air and sharing laughs with my family. It was a unique experience that marked the beginning of a wonderful holiday, making it a trip I will always cherish. Describe a time when you spent a lot of money on something. What you spent money on. Why you spent so much money. How you felt about spending that amount. Explain whether you think it was worth it. What you spent money on. A high-end smartphone. Why you spent so much money. Needed it for work, photography, and personal use. How you felt about spending. Nervous but excited about the features and benefits. Was it worth it? Yes, it enhanced productivity and was enjoyable to use. A time when I spent a lot of money on something was about a year ago when I bought a high-end smartphone. I decided to purchase the latest iPhone model, which was quite expensive, but I felt that it was an investment worth making. The phone cost a significant amount, and I had been saving up for a while before making the purchase. I spent so much money on this smartphone because I needed a reliable device for multiple purposes, including work, photography, and personal use. My old phone had started to malfunction, and since I often use my phone for work-related tasks, including emails, video calls, and managing documents, I needed a device that was fast, efficient, and had an excellent camera. The new phone also had some impressive features like advanced security, high-speed performance, and top-notch photo and video capabilities, which were all important to me. When I first made the purchase, I felt a mix of emotions. On one hand, I was excited to finally own the latest technology with all the features I needed, but on the other hand, I was a bit nervous about spending such a large amount at once. It felt like a big financial decision, and I wondered if I was being too extravagant. However, after using the phone for a while, I realized it was completely worth it. The high-quality camera allowed me to capture beautiful moments without needing a separate device, and the phone's performance made my work much easier, saving me time and effort. It became an essential tool for my daily life, and the benefits far outweighed the initial cost. Plus, the satisfaction of having a device that met all my needs made the investment feel justified. Describe a time when you tried to stay healthy. What you did. Why you decided to stay healthy. How you maintained it. Explain how it made you feel. What you did. Adopted a healthy diet, started regular exercise. Why you decided to stay healthy. Wanted to improve fitness and well-being. How you maintained it. Followed a balanced diet, exercised daily, stayed hydrated. How it made you feel. Energized, positive, improved mental and physical health. A time when I made a conscious effort to stay healthy was about 6 months ago when I decided to adopt a healthier lifestyle. I had been feeling a bit sluggish and out of shape, and I realized it was time to make some changes to improve my overall well-being. I started by focusing on my diet and exercise routine. I eliminated junk food and sugary drinks from my diet and replaced them with more fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. I also made sure to drink plenty of water throughout the day to stay hydrated. In addition to dietary changes, I committed to exercising regularly. I began with simple activities like walking and yoga, and gradually incorporated more intense workouts like running and strength training. The reason I decided to stay healthy was that I wanted to feel more energetic and improve my fitness levels. I had noticed that I was getting tired easily and wasn't as active as I used to be. I knew that making healthier choices would not only help me physically but also positively impact my mental health. To maintain this new lifestyle, I created a schedule that included time for meal preparation and exercise. I planned my meals ahead of time to ensure they were balanced and nutritious, and I set aside at least 30 minutes each day for physical activity. I also kept myself motivated by setting small, achievable goals, like running a certain distance or trying a new healthy recipe each week. This new routine made me feel much more energized and positive. My physical health improved, and I also noticed a significant boost in my mood and mental clarity. I felt a sense of accomplishment each time I met one of my goals, and that encouraged me to keep going. The changes I made not only improved my physical fitness but also helped me develop a more disciplined and balanced approach to life. Overall, this experience taught me the importance of taking care of my health and how making small, consistent changes can lead to big improvements in well-being. Describe a website you use that you think is useful. What the website is. How you found it. What you use it for. Explain why you think it is useful. What the website is. Coursera, an online learning platform. How you found it. Recommended by a friend during a conversation about online courses. What you use it for. Learning new skills, taking professional courses, and certifications. Why it is useful. Offers a wide range of courses, flexibility, and quality content. One website that I find incredibly useful is Coursera, an online learning platform that offers courses, certifications, and degrees from top universities and companies worldwide. I discovered Coursera about a year ago when a friend recommended it to me during a discussion about online courses. She was taking a course on digital marketing and was impressed with the quality of the content, so I decided to check it out for myself. I primarily use Coursera to learn new skills and take professional courses that help me stay updated in my field. For instance, I have completed courses in data analysis, project management, and even language learning. The platform offers a wide range of topics, from technology and business to arts and personal development, which makes it suitable for almost anyone looking to expand their knowledge. What makes Coursera particularly useful is its flexibility and the quality of its content. The courses are designed by renowned universities like Stanford and Yale, and industry leaders like Google and IBM, which means the information is reliable and up-to-date. I can study at my own pace, which is perfect for balancing learning with my work schedule. Additionally, Coursera offers certificates upon course completion, which can be added to a resume or LinkedIn profile to showcase new skills to potential employers. The platform also provides interactive elements like quizzes, assignments, and peer feedback, which enhance the learning experience. I find that these features keep me engaged and help reinforce what I've learned. Plus, Coursera often provides financial aid options, making education accessible to a broader audience. Overall, Coursera is a valuable resource for anyone looking to improve their skills or learn something new. It has helped me grow both professionally and personally, and I consider it an indispensable tool for continuous learning in today's fast-paced world. Describe a cultural place like a library, museum, or theater. You should say where it is. How you know this place. What it is like. Where it is. National Museum in New Delhi, India. How you know this place. Visited during a school trip, personal interest in history. What it is like. Big building, calm, lots of old statues, paintings, and books. Explain how the place is related to culture. Shows Indian history, helps people learn about old traditions and art. One cultural place I'd like to talk about is the National Museum of India, which is located in New Delhi. It's a very important museum in the country and has a huge collection of items that show the rich cultural history of India. I first visited this museum during a school trip when I was younger. We were studying ancient civilizations, and our teacher thought it would help us understand more by seeing real artifacts. Since that trip, I've been there many times because I really enjoy learning about history and culture. The museum is a large and beautiful building with many floors. Each floor has different displays from various periods in Indian history. The place feels very peaceful, and it's easy to spend hours there looking at everything. There are ancient statues, beautiful old paintings, and even rare books. The way everything is displayed makes it interesting and easy to learn about the past. This museum is deeply connected to culture because it helps people learn about the history of India. It preserves important objects from the past, and when you walk through it, you can see how people lived long ago and what they thought was important. It helps us understand how Indian culture developed and why it's still important today. In conclusion, the National Museum is not just a place with old things, but a place that connects us to our history and helps us appreciate the culture that has shaped our country. Describe a time when you got money as a gift. You should say, when you receive it. Who gave it to you, how you felt about it. What you did with it. When you received it. Birthday. Who gave it to you, parents. How you felt about it. Happy, thankful, or excited. What you did with it. Saved it, bought a gift, or spent it on something fun. I would like to talk about a time when I received money as a gift on my birthday last year. It was a special day, and my parents surprised me by giving me some money as a birthday present. They knew I had been saving for something important, so instead of giving me a material gift, they gave me money, which was both thoughtful and practical. I remember feeling really happy and grateful when I received the gift. It wasn't just about the amount of money, it was the thought behind it. My parents knew I was working towards saving for a new phone, something I had been talking about for a while. I was pleasantly surprised because they usually give me gifts, but this time they trusted me with money, which made me feel more responsible. I didn't want to spend the money right away. Instead, I decided to save it and add it to the amount I had already been putting aside. Over the next few weeks, I continued saving, and eventually, I had enough to buy the new phone I had been wanting. When I finally bought it, it felt really satisfying, knowing that the money from my parents had played a big part in it. Receiving money as a gift was not only exciting but also a valuable lesson in saving and planning. It made me feel more mature and capable of handling money wisely, and in the end, I was able to get something I truly needed and had been looking forward to. Describe a difficult time in your life. What solution you found. How was your situation? What you learned. Describe a difficult time in your life. A personal challenge, academic, career. Your solution. Steps you took to solve or improve the situation. What you learned. Key lesson or personal growth from the experience. A difficult time in my life that I clearly remember was when I was preparing for my final exams in college. I was facing a lot of academic pressure, and at the same time, I had some personal issues at home that were causing me stress. Balancing my studies with personal challenges became overwhelming, and I started feeling anxious about my performance. The fear of not being able to succeed affected both my focus and confidence. To deal with this difficult situation, I knew I had to make some changes. First, I decided to create a study plan that allowed me to manage my time effectively. I broke down my syllabus into smaller parts and focused on studying for shorter periods, which helped reduce the stress. I also reached out to my teachers and friends for help with subjects that I found challenging, and their guidance made a big difference. On the personal side, I practiced mindfulness and took breaks to recharge, which helped me stay calm and focused. Through this process, I learned some valuable lessons. First, I realized that no matter how difficult things get, planning and asking for help can make a huge difference. Second, I understood the importance of mental health. Taking care of myself emotionally allowed me to perform better academically. Lastly, I learned that challenges are part of life, but facing them with a clear mind and perseverance can lead to growth and success. In the end, I managed to pass my exams with good grades, and this experience taught me that with the right approach, even difficult times can be overcome. Describe a tourist attraction in your country that you would recommend. You should say what the tourist attraction is. Where in your country this tourist attraction is. What visitors can see and do at this tourist attraction. One tourist attraction in India that I would highly recommend is the Taj Mahal. This iconic monument is located in Agra, a city in the northern part of the country. The Taj Mahal is not only a UNESCO World Heritage Site but also one of the 7 wonders of the world, making it a must-visit for anyone traveling to India. The Taj Mahal was built by the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in memory of his beloved wife, Mumtaz Mahal. As visitors approach the monument, they are greeted by its stunning white marble facade, which shimmers in the sunlight. The intricate carvings and inlaid gemstones are a testament to the craftsmanship of the artisans who built it. The structure is surrounded by lush gardens, reflecting pools, and beautiful pathways, making it a picturesque spot for leisurely strolls. Visitors to the Taj Mahal can explore the main mausoleum, where the tombs of Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal are located. The interior is adorned with exquisite marble inlay work, creating a serene atmosphere. Additionally, the surrounding gardens offer ample opportunities for photography, especially during sunrise and sunset when the monument glows in warm hues. Besides appreciating the architectural beauty, visitors can also learn about the rich history and stories behind the Taj Mahal through guided tours. There are also small shops nearby where tourists can purchase local handicrafts and souvenirs. In conclusion, the Taj Mahal is not just a tourist attraction, it is a symbol of love and a magnificent example of Mughal architecture. Its beauty and historical significance make it an unforgettable experience for anyone who visits. Consult for professional classes guaranteeing a target band 8 to 9 in a one-go. Helpline or WhatsApp +918 360 555 364.